Good morning. All right, I also wanted to let everyone know there is a Parallax football completion, optional completion addendum that I've added. I will not update the rule books right now. At some point, eventually I will probably, down the road, maybe in a year or so, if there is, there might be a second version of Parallax football. But as it is, this is optional. However, I believe it's, I think it's an important addition and fix to the pass completion. So, very simple. This is optional. You don't have to use it. But if you were playing historical teams, it might be important to add this. And if you were using individual receivers' grades, this would be important to add for the subtle nuance of a receiver's impact on a play catch. However, for fictional teams in a fictional universe, this would just be an added step you may or may not want to use. All right, so very simple. It's an addendum. It's optional, as I just said. So receivers all have a grade, or I should say every team has a receiver's grade, A through F, right? Also, if you were to rate historical teams, every receiver will have their own individual grade when they're targeted. But what's important here is the receiver grade is matched up against the coverage grade for a game grade. And that game grade, so let's say it's A versus the B defense, C. That's 3. There's a value here. When a pass is completed in the game and you go to the C chart and you roll to see what the base yardage is, let's say I rolled a 42 on the C chart. It's a 5-yard catch for a team with a C receiver grade. They would add the raw value of the C to that for the base 5 and for the 8-yard catch. So it would be a catch for 5, yards after catch of 8. So catch for 5, yak of 8. Yak of 3 makes an 8-yard catch. So you're going to probably want to do this to get the passing completion averages up a little bit. What this is going to do is give you a much more, I won't say higher, but it'll give you a better base yards per completion. However, it's going to negatively impact the yards per pass attempt averages probably based on completion percentages. But my point is this: if you think that your yards per pass completed is low, then you're going to want to add the receiver's raw number to the base. So again, an example here: New York completes a pass to their C receivers. This would be the game grade against the defense. I roll a 42 on that chart. It's a 5-yard catch, but I would add the value of the C to this, and it would be a catch for a total of 8 yards. He catches it on a slant for 5, picks up 3 more yards before he's tackled for an 8-yard gain. This is going to make a more realistic yards per catch for those who want a little more offense in the game. Again, I think this is probably going to be more important to those folks who want to see historical receivers impact the base catch. So Jerry Rice in a game against the good coverage might end up being a C receiver, but Jerry gets to add his base 3 to whatever the catch is, right? So anyway, that's just a way to get the completion per yards per pass completion up a bit. But obviously this will impact the yards per attempt as well, which could be skewed a little bit. But anyway, this is an important addendum that may or may not eventually make it into a final, definitive edition of the Parallax football book. As much as I've played it and play tested it and I've enjoyed it, it hasn't been a problem for me to see low completion numbers because I'm playing a fictional football league. However, you will find that this will just get the yardage up a little more to make it more explosive or a little more pro level, right? Okay, bye.